Okay, hello. We are back on another pot of greed game. I am sorry I did not put anonymous mode. Okay, today we will be focusing on the off lane, my boy Welshi. Okay, this game they went against
Radiant
Green
team
Adderall.
pick. Radiant dire.
Let's move on to the laning phase. Seems like they have a Spirit Breaker, Naya on the Wyvern. There's an Axe, Wind Ranger. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, we got an Axe Boy again. Okay, itemization,
Prepare
Mango,
for battle.
double Iron Branch, Tango. Okay, cause let's see, judging by the draft, we can expect like Tusk 5. Okay, okay, play perspective here, going on the Axe. What do you think about the itemization? Just hope.
I would swap out buy one tangos and sell a bit of branch and get a magic stick. You're fighting against a bloodseeker, then he's gonna spam spell. But I think getting a salve is way better. Something like that.
Okay, so yeah, so
It's
item
not bad items. It's fine too.
yeah, itemization wise, there could be a lot. I mean, it varies. It could go into a lot. But maybe I'll go for a South or so because Tango you can buy later. So South is for emergency use unless your Spirit Breaker holds one. He has and Ring of Protection. Yeah, I guess it's fine. I mean, like the Ring of Protection is very good since they're mostly right clicks or so. I mean, like you want to tank your axe as well. Okay, so first of all, like like this is general stuff. You have to look into the enemy as well. So basically, you have to look into the enemy that has heroes like Mirana, Tas, Shadow Shaman, basically all those with first blood potential. You know those people like nowadays all these people like to be cheeky, especially with the shaman and the Tas. They want to like grab you and then like start spanking your ass with the attack team. So you gotta always like look out for that. So this is the general stuff again. Like people always do it in like nowadays in like immortal games as well. Like especially people that like to cheese a lot. So so yeah, you just gotta watch out for it. Okay, another thing to note, like since we do not know that they're in a roach pit, another thing to note, like let's say for example, if they are not going 5-man smoke or like fighting for bounty rune, because like the way people will want to play is that they do not want instead of fighting bounty rune, they like to first blood on the lane itself. So one thing about the laning stage for both carry and off lane is that you should always like is that every time
30
when you walk in a
seconds to
lane, like say
battle.
as a carry, you like the first thing you want to notice is that where's all the supports are the supports showing a lane. You need that information instantly. You need to know whether the task is at bottom or the shaman is showing top, so you know that the supports are separated. So basically laning stage wise, you have to know whether both the supports are missing or not, so you know whether they're playing something evil or stuff So over here, when the Wyvern went for the E, like honestly,
The battle begins.
Why do you hate ginger
this
so
fight is very long.
much?
Oh my god. Okay,
It's really funny.
okay. What do you think about the Winded Wyvern E to start the gank? He traded the E for the first blood.
For me, I take Q so you can run away. Now that you're just a creep, because the problem with the Wyvern is that you're really bad on lane. You're
Hmm.
such a big hero and you have one armor and you're so slow. So
S-
how you yep. So how you like you help your carries by having a Q to harass the enemy, or you can even take W to snatch the range creep. And if you use W, you're gonna push the least entry, so you can take advantage of the big camp. You don't want to take E, um, because you're gonna creep.
Okay, so in this case, I think like what Tears of Hope said, I think if you play the Q on the Wyvern, you can kind of outplay them if you play like this. If you start walking up and down, up and down, up and down, then the melee hero can't hit you, and then you can like kind of like make them uh kind of make them fuck up with that pathing itself. Okay, so another thing to note as a Winter Wyvern, level one, right? Like, cause like personally, I play a lot of Winter Wyvern 5 in my pubs itself. So what I usually want to do is I would get a double tango, which is correct, and I will usually get one south, two mango, a fairy fire, and a sentry. Because first of all, you don't need a clarity if you already have a mango. The clarity is for the aftermath when you already used the mango or like when you're holding the lane itself. And then so um so I think what Naya has in his mind on the itemization, the double soft is correct, but just wrong sequence, just wrong sequence. So like I said, I will go for a double tango to give two tangos to the mid, one south, two mango, one fairy fire, one sentry, and then after I get so normally you will get two bounty runes like from here and here. So I would usually send another south into the lane when I go back in the lane. So double south at the start of the game is actually a good idea, but I prefer the fairy fire because it can really cost a lot of like in a lot of life and death situation, you can really just do make a lot of plays. You make a lot of plays, debate people, and yeah, really a lot of potential.
The battle
So in this case, let's see, you can fly around, like I said, by Q, and or maybe like if you have a fairy fire itself, you could possibly survive, or
the battle
but in this case, it's very
begins.
hard lah. But I still prefer the fairy fire on the Winter Wyvern. So here, wave started. I don't know why. Oh, he went to take a bounty. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. This game we're focusing on the axe. I forgot. Okay, axe died. He added better hunger level one. That's fine.
So generally, when you're playing Axe offlane, you want better hunger, always better hunger supports. You don't want to better hunger carry because of the carry is like who wants to take a last hit most of the time. Meanwhile, while supports they don't want to get last hits, and also the guy is like playing on the side areas, so there's no it's very hard for him to last hit deny too. If you want to like better hunger the carries, you you want to make sure that you better hunger when you know that you want to beat the enemy to come at you. So you can see the when you're better hunger and the guy tries to last hit the creep, you're there to hit it, beat him up. So he felt more pressure. That's it. But overall, you want to better hunger the task instead of the classic. So
Okay,
yeah,
so over here I can see that axe is really kind of sad because for some reason he's soloing the lane. Like I'm not sure it's the bar. Okay, bar's pulling the lane.
I definitely don't like
Yeah.
pulling it.
Okay. So here's the thing about the lane. Laning stage wise, I believe the axe is. I mean, there's a task, but they're both melee heroes. So Axe likes to play against melee hero because Battle Hunger gives movement speed as well, so you can kind of run around. So in this case, I prefer that the Spirit Breaker stay in lane because I think honestly, I think that the Axe lane is stronger at the level one.
Super strong better hunger.
Yeah, so I so in this case, I think that the Bloodseeker, I mean the Bara should be focusing on 1v1 the task. So it's because that the Bara didn't 1v1 the task and he put the creep wave, then task just kind of like do what task always like to do, just walk up and E. And yeah, so we saw it. But another thing, like yeah, another thing about mechanically on the axe. Let's go back to laning stage over here. Like what Refi said, whenever you battle hunger someone, you want to be standing in front over here. You want to be standing in front over here and punching their faces. And one of the thing one of the main reason is that you don't want to approach your creeps because you're like super strong battle hunger. The moment you press second spell on them, they're super pressured. Then all you have to do is just right click them. So what happens when you right click them is that the creeps will you will take aggro on the creeps. So it means the creeps are not hitting your radiant creeps. So it means that if your radiant creeps aren't dying, it means that the Bloodseeker can't kill any creeps to take away the battle hunger. So in a way, you're like aggroing the creep wave, and the Bloodseeker is constantly taking damage. Yeah. So I just wish that you in this game you should be playing more manly in the laning stage because you're like really being scared of a level 1 Bloodseeker because there's honestly nothing to be scared of because he's not wearing the Orb of Venom. Orb of Venom is on the task. So I think you should be like kind of like playing over here and like punching him more often.
Yeah.
And the Bara should be over here, like mirroring the task, watching what he do, and preventing him from like making plays like this. So over here, uh, yep, lane fucked up. Oh, you TP. Wait, no, he didn't TP. You just survive. Okay. So over here, I would prefer you get a solely XP, which is what he do, and then I prefer the
Radiant's
Bara
top
like
tower
mirror him
is
and
under
like
attack.
try to get the EXP over here. Then so it's like a short 1v1 lane. Tas has no mana. Tas item is Sage and I think he's going Falcon Blade. Yeah, he's going Falcon Blade. So over here, he should tank the creep. Take the pool. He's doing well. Very aggressive. I like. Mm-hmm. Eat the tango, regen. And then I think this is a part where I think the Bara. I actually no, it's about 50-50 because like there's too much creep, too much creep. Okay, in the end he does it anyways. Okay, so over here I think is so this part over here as a Bara I think that he should be charging the Bloodseeker because first of all, Axe is level 2, he has counter helix, so you want to be running over his face. You want to be, yeah, honestly, just running over his face. Then Axe can spin like a helicopter, and Berserker shouldn't be able to do this. So I think this is based on communication between the Bara and Axe. So as for Axe, he should say that there's a bunch of creep over here. He can spin like a helicopter. Then the Bara should like charge at him and make use of his Orb of Venom. But instead, what we see over here, he's like the Barra's kind of like taking the last hit over here, and then he kind of charged into. I think that the Barra's like. I think that the Radiant off lane is kind of respecting the Task and Bloodseeker too much. So I think what will happen later on is that there will be too much respect for the enemy to the point that they start to outlevel you, and then your worst fear become a reality. To the point where like you can't lane, so when you lane, when the task come to your face, then you actually can't lane. Okay, so here I think Axe should be playing on the level 2 Battle Hunger since if he's playing Battle Hunger at all. Because level 2 Battle Hunger honestly just gives a lot of pressure. So yeah, so the Battle Hunger on Axe is honestly you have to know how to. Okay, so battle hunger in general is just that when you use it on an enemy, you don't want the enemy to kill any creeps. So if you don't want the enemy to kill any creeps, you want to be standing in front like this. Yeah, this is correct, but you need battle hunger. And then so generally when the creeps, yeah, when X is doing this and battle hunger, this is where the barrel should charge. This is where the barrel should charge because that's where the X is super strong. But over here, I think that the
Dyer's top
Bar's
tower
being
is
very
under
passive
attack.
to the point. Yeah, I think he's being very passive to the point that he just let the enemy jump on him. But this is good for the axe since like and
Radiant's
bad for the
courier
Bloodseeker
has been
since
killed.
the creeps are dying like that. So I don't really know why the Bloodseeker was taking that trade off. So experience, he got Tangle and Stick here, Stick. Okay, in this case, right, I think that I think the axe should be playing just a magic stick, cause magic ward is for those super high spells hero. I prefer if the axe get a magic stick into like chainmail. Chainmail, then he can stay in lane more cocky. So, and he has more armor and he can tank
Dyer's
him with the
top
crit wave more.
tower is
Then
under
eventually, if
attack.
you're high level enough, because yeah, so battle hunger is to pressure enemy and stop your and to basically like stop enemy from to make them scared of taking last hit. But in this case, since you're having counter helix over here, I think that you should make if you want to make use of it. I rather you just cut
Radiant's
this wave
courier
as an
has
axe
been
and just like
killed.
farm double wave for
Yeah.
since you're going for the counter helix.
Another item you can get is Raindrop. They have like a burst damage hero from the what's it called? The Bloodseeker's W?
Blood right?
Blood right, yeah. You can make a lot of plays from it. Same thing when you're fighting his Lich Oracle. This thing will help you a lot. Clutch plays.
Okay.
Or you can even go for a casual Ring of Regen early on if you want.
Yeah, I think in this lane, right, if you really want to own the lane, uh, cause honestly, by theory itself, if Axe goes against melee heroes like this, he should be owning the lane because
Yeah.
there's no range creep over here. So I think in this case, like the laning phase, you're just the Radiant is just g- you guys just give too much respect to the task, but but in reality, task doesn't you shouldn't really be that scared of the task level one because l- uh like simple counter is that task walks up to the axe, Bara just charge into the axe and just stun him, and then like in the end like you can't really get much trade off. Okay, so over here we see axe is spinning like a helicopter, which is very good. He actually spin like 2 or 3 times, which is freaking insane. Wait, but I think he secured the rune, which is good. Good play from the axe, but unfortunately, the Wind Ranger doesn't have a bottle, and Lone Druid isn't a bottle hero. But Lone Druid Bear can secure runes, so you can take note of that. Okay, so this is where okay, so in this point of the game, right? This is where I think Axe should start being cocky. So there's two choice when you see the Bloodseeker being low or the carry being low. So first of all, you have to see if the task over here has Salve or not. He does not. And you click the Bloodseeker to see if it has any Salve or Tangle. He does not, but he wants to right click the the creeps. So over here, I can see there's a potential to make a play. And what is that play? Is that first of all, I prefer the axe over here. He be clearing this wave. So Bloodseeker, if I go slow over here, Bloodseeker, this crit wave will die. So I prefer if the axe start aggroing the crit wave and just try to kill this crit wave as fast as possible, and then starts playing this side of the map. And then this way, the creeps will be constantly going under tower, and then the Bloodseeker will be very occupied with the creeps over here, then eventually you guys can secure the Runa because the Blitzker is being pummeled by creeps, and then the task over here he can't really do much because it's an axe, and so melee hero against axe is bad. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I'll just repeat again. Right now the axe should be clearing the creep wave over here, and then when the radiant creep goes in the tower, the axe should just start playing over here, drag the creep wave into here, and then once the creep wave is cleared, you guys can secure the rune. And then in the meantime, Bara can also Pua, which is a lot of plays over here. There's actually 3 plays. So let's see in reality, the axe wants to right click against the Bloodseeker, which is not what an axe should do. An axe should, what the axe should be doing is like being in his face, like body to body, punch by punch. He wants to be standing in front of him. He wants to be standing over here, constantly spinning at his face.
Got it.
Okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, so over here, I believe that yeah. So over so as an axe, right? I I really think that you should really abuse being standing over here, because first of all, the catapult come. The catapult wave is a real shame that the catapult just dies like this, because if the axe is standing over here and then the bloodseeker is being preoccupied with the creeps, then the catapult would at least hit like I believe 5 times, and then it will chunk. Yeah, we'll basically make a lot like take down chunks of the tower down to at least like maybe half HP, because that's the specialty of Axe. He's good at cutting creep wave, and then you can actually boost your farm by cutting the wave and constantly bringing it into the small camp. That's a specialty of Axe, but it just seems that you guys are not abusing it. Yeah, seems over here you guys are just you're giving too much respect to the enemy, and then you like want to trade farm over here because yeah. bec- But I think in this case, it's it's mostly because that you do not realize that you're much stronger than the enemy. So it's like you being like so it's like you being scared of like a 13-year-old on the internet.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sorry, that's actually a bad example, but yeah, something like that. Like they're actually super weak if you just cut the wave, because I'll just explain again. Like cutting the wave over here, first of all, it will give full vision of the Bloodseeker, and second of all, Bloodseeker can't he'll be too busy occupying the creep wave, he can't like come to gank you with his spells. And in the case that he does do that, then you have the vision from the creeps to see, so you can definitely react from the Bloodseeker itself. So yeah, so right now I'm just honestly stressing how important for you to stay over here. And I honestly think that your item build, you should really have a chainmail over here if you want to stay in the lane very long. Because I think that the boots doesn't matter. What matters over here is that you being super tanky to the point that they don't even want to bother going on you unless they bring a lot of people like right now. Yeah, so right now the axe is supposed to be super strong in the lane, but he's just playing like he wants to go 50-50 with the enemy. He wants to trade farm. So that's the main point that I see that they are missing right now as axe. Okay. The Axe went for the bracer, which I think is fine, but but honestly, it's fine, but it's a little too late. So what I think that actually like the timing of the axe is, I think that wait, yeah, I prefer if the axe gets the chainmail or a bracer early on instead of the boots, because like you are already scared of them. The boots is just for running away from enemies that you're scared of, but right, in this specific matchup, you're not scared of them. You want to be in their face all the time. So chainmail and bracer is a perfect item to do that. So itemization wise, your item sequence is kind of set. So over here you commit your TP to go away, but Wind Ranger reactionary TP. So right now as an axe you don't have TP,
Radiant's
so
middle
you have to run
tower
into a
is
lane.
under attack.
So I think the Wind Ranger, he does have TP also, a
Radiant
TP top.
structures are
Bara has TP,
fortified.
so
Dire
someone should be
structures are
taking mid
fortified.
right now. Like these few creeps over here, Bara, okay,
Radiant's
yeah, he's
middle
doing it,
tower
but
is under
he's
attack.
kind of too late.
Radiant Radiant
Yeah,
structures
okay,
are
so
fortified. Dire structures
over
are
here, I think.
fortified.
Oh, sorry for the burp. I think Bara reacted too late to the mid tower. Like he, that's definitely a lot of time. Okay, let's say over here. Okay, Kanki
Radiant
Shaman. Okay,
structures are
Kanki Shaman.
fortified.
9 10 over here. Bara should be TPing already. But one of the main reason why he doesn't TP, because I think that like this TP over here I don't think it's a Bara fault, but I think it's more of a team effort over here. So like let's say if the Winter Wyvern or the CK or any of the hero in the team like seeing that like, oh, Laundry is like destroying a tower, guys, let's can we just send one hero to TP, and then like yeah, it's just basic communication that makes you guys react faster as a whole. It honestly just boosts each other morale and gameplay even more. So over here, 910, Bara,
Dire structures are fortified.
9, 917, he only starts TPing. So that's a 7-second delay over
Radiant's
here.
middle tower is under attack.
So yeah,
Radiant's
so it
middle
could be
tower
faster.
has fallen.
So moving back to the axe over here, he's coming back to the lane. Like I said, he tried to TP away to escape with his life, but he screwed up. So that's fine. And then, okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about mid lane.
Radiant's middle
It,
tower has fallen.
this is the one thing that people always forget when in most of the lanes. So over here, right? You have to notice that this is just an like an advanced script. This is just an advanced script that's meant to die. So basically so what the axe should be doing right now is looking towards the next script over here. Like after this creep wave, I would, if I was the axe, I would just stand up here and just clear the next creep wave before farming the jungle. Because so over here, right, is actually a very common mistake because the enemy doesn't. I mean, like players just doesn't realize that the creep wave is going to connect soon, uh, and uh, and and to realize that you have to realize by it could be by the timing of the game as well lah. So so moving back over here, like what most player mistake will be is that they will do this. They will just like the axe, they will clear the creeps, and then they will either farm the jungle over here, and then they will farm back mid lane. So they'll be like so their mindset will be like, oh, I just cleared creep. I wanna like what's my next target? So I'm gonna go into creep. Then afterwards they'll be like, oh shit, there's creep wave over there. I'm gonna go back there. So instead of going here, I think the axe should be more aware of the next creep wave over here, and shove it in. So if you shove it over here, so if you shove in the creep wave over here, the enemy will you will force the enemy to TP, and then it will give more information of the enemy. So here, it's just the little things that kind of like bring you into a faster tempo of the game. But honestly, this mistake is something sometimes even some immortals people don't even do that because some of them don't even notice what to do. So sometimes in my own pubs as well, like if they clear a quick wave, I'll be like, "There's a next one coming. Don't forget." Something like that lah.
For the twins.
So over here, yep. Moving back to the axe, is axe item build. Honestly, I think that he should be more greedy in lane. He should be more greedy in lane and own the lane more as an axe. For example, he should gotten a phase boots or maybe a vanguard could be possible because cause like personally seeing an offlaner farm so much just to rush a blink is really sad. It's just really sad.
Yep. You know what item I would go instead of Vanguard? I would go for Meteor Hammer this game.
Radiant
Before getting
structures
boots.
are fortified.
It's a good item.
Dire's bottom
Could be
tower
good
Where
is
also.
you're
under attack.
where you're lacking is like you're lacking a tower push, and Meteor Hammer allows you to like
Dire's bottom
get a
tower
tower,
is under attack.
Hmm.
and also yeah, you benefit from the
HP regen, mana regen, stats.
yeah 8-12 stats per crown. Yeah, Meteor Hammer is quite a lot for you. Way better than get
Mm.
the bracer.
Yeah, so going back into the axe laning stage just now, like what I mentioned, cutting the creep wave and pulling over here is act like I mentioned is axe specialty, and that is also one of the axe power spikes into getting money. This is a money boost over there. So by doing that, he'll have a surge of money coming in, so he
Radiant's
can buy
bottom tower
literally
is
whatever
under
he
attack.
wants. So it's because of the mistakes that he does by wanting to trade with the Bloodseeker, because he does not realize how strong he is. So right now he's only like he wants his role in right now his role over
Radiant's
here
bottom
in his
tower has
mindset is to
fallen.
being the catcher. I'm an axe, so I must catch people. But in reality, right, the axe doesn't have to be like early like laning stage until like mid game. The axe doesn't have to catch people.
Double
He can be
damage.
super cocky and just show in the map like most of the time like a timber and doesn't die. So with
Dire's
that, like
middle
the
tower
axe can
is
create
under
a
attack.
very good pressure just by being in the lane and being super cocky.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
So over here, like 12 minutes in, 30 minutes in, we can see that finally the axe decides to want to cut the creep wave. But it's kind of too late lah. Like I don't want to show you how like the time disparity between when you shoot and when you have done.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, like honestly, like I mentioned, this is a bit too late for the axe to cut the crit wave, so they punish you for it. And also another big tip for axe that is behind, like in this case, since you know that axe fucked up by not cutting crit waves and shit like that. Another good tip over here is to stack the ancients and camps for the axe. Because axe is he likes to spin like a helicopter, so those things are just perfect for him into catching back his farm. So moving on, like this is just I'm not really sure what's this play.
Dire's bottom tower is
What's
under
this play?
attack.
I don't really know how to.
Dire's top
Cause
tower.
like
Basically, it's a thief, man.
Dire's top tower
yeah, I
is under
like honestly I think like since laning stage is already over, I think you should just like stack the jungle and farm the jungle until you get a core item and in this case I think it's your blink dagger. Then you smoke with your blink dagger and then you
Dire's
blink review,
structures
kill a
are
core,
fortified.
and then you start controlling the tempo
Dire's
from
bottom
there.
tower is under
So
attack.
here, yeah, so it's
Dire's
because
bottom
you cut the
tower
creep wave
has
super,
fallen.
super late, then they punish you for it, and then now you're kind of like having
Dire's
trouble
bottom
getting the
tower,
blink dagger as an
Radiant's top
axe.
tower is under
You,
attack.
as an axe, it's very hard for you to defend this tower because you don't have blink dagger. So I think all you
Dire's
can do is
middle
just run up
tower
their face
is
and
under
battle
attack.
hunger, see what happens. Yeah, so over here is I have to command the carry player because he made a good
Dire's
TP
middle
over
tower
here
is
because he
under
sees that
attack.
the enemy he is fighting under tower, so that's where so as a carry, that's what he wants to use his TP on. Like I'm not sure if I mentioned this in previous videos. Like carries TP, he wants to TP it into a fight. He wants to TP and fight instantly. Then once the fight is done, he wants to farm instantly, like back to farming. So over here we can see that he's making full efficiency. So good play by the carry. And then as for the axe, I have to say that he gotta give props to his team for setting up for the team for setting up for him into get an easy call like this. So this is his team's effort. Moving on. So over here, uh, here, like we see that you guys just win a team fight. So so what do you think is the next objective over here in terms of hope?
Go
What?
mid. You have nothing to do. Fight's over. Push out creep wave. So your job is to go mid right now.
Okay, so over here, like since we know that the enemy spawning, as a support,
Every coin
I
helps.
would say that it's a good time to plant deep wards into the jungle because you know that Axis blink is coming up. So if you set up the wards by putting it here, then yeah, so the Axe god is blink. So right now, so yeah. Okay, so over here I can see that you guys have uh like your game plan over here is very good, and that is smoking with the Axe blink. So what I think that so I think that the like the support in this case the wyvern holding the ward he should set up a gank by putting the wards into the jungle, and so the Axe can start do plays like this, smoking in the jungle, get core kills. Yeah, Naya over here, he should be putting his wards into the jungle so the Axe can have easy access to information
Dire's
and jump
top
into
tower
them.
is under attack.
So here we're gonna see how the Axe uses his blink reveal. Okay,
Big
he
reveal.
good blink review. He showed his blink by punching the crit wave. Sorry, I was just being sarcastic. This is a major mistake. You never ever want to show the enemy that you have blink just like that. Yeah, so as an
Visibility.
axe, the first time the enemy should see your blink is when they die. So is when you actually jump up them, and then the enemy reaction should be, oh shit, the axe got blink already, and then I'm dead. That should be the reaction of the enemy. But over here in this case, the for the Dire, he'd be like, oh, axe is farming mid, and he has a blink dagger. What the hell? He's punching towers and creeps.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, so it's super weird. So good setup from Naya and the Spirit Breaker. Honestly, I think this is a what kind of fight is this?
Yeah, they don't synchronize on who they want to hit. At first, like Naya told them to aim for the supports first, and then in the end they want to aim the tankiest hero, which is Lundred. I
Yeah,
don't mind aiming at Lundred, but if Lundred is like at deep inside their tower and manage to use the ulti form, you just like disengage straight away.
I just don't know what was happening there because like the main damage over here is like the main damage is Wind Ranger. So but Wind Ranger can like the best hero Wind Ranger can choose is from the call. So X call into Wind Ranger bursting anyone. So uh I just like I mean like I wasn't really focusing on what's happening over there, but just something felt really off. Like someone should have died. Yeah, I'm,
Yep.
I'm not sure if you want me to watch back the replay, but 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 anyways like just now there was a really bad blink reveal over there as Axe. You have to be self-conscious about enemies seeing your blink. You don't want to just casually show your blink again. I just gotta stress it out over here. So over here we see you're going for the chainmail into blade mail, which is honestly chainmail is a super value item for Axe. So I think you should have gotten like what 4 or 5 minutes into the game. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So
I think Blade Mail is fine.
yeah, blame me.
Uh,
I mean, like early game, face boost is super good. If you
yeah,
because this game the matchup he can own the lane, so he can like just super punch people.
yeah,
But I think that like he kind of chooses to play this way to play from behind. I think because she loves all the challenge, you know.
yeah. So when you're buying Blade Mails, you have to consider do the enemy deal a lot of damage? If you don't have any problem dealing damage, I wouldn't go
You've
for Blade Mail.
earned a wyvern's
Another
gratitude.
underrated item for Axis, you want to play like an item.
Radiant are scanning.
Um, uh, item that can help your team, which is
Pipe.
uh, they don't have magic spells.
Mm. Yeah.
Medallion to Solar Crest is a good item because they have a Lone Root. You can use the Solar Crest to add a
Radiant's
Lone
top
Root bar.
tower is under
It
Yeah.
doesn't deal
attack.
any damage. I
Yeah.
prefer that item.
Okay, like I'm just gonna talk about back to the laning stage over there. Like as an axe, you should always be looking towards rushing one of these few items. Either you should always be looking into rushing Face Boots, a Vanguard, or Hood of Defiance, depending on the hero matchup. But you would never want to rush Blink Dagger in your games
Yeah,
ever.
because
You
you don't
always want any of that.
yeah
For
you
example,
don't
if the enemy got
Radiant's
Leshrac, then
top
you want
tower is
to
under
get like
attack.
a Hood into a Blink Dagger or something like that.
yeah. In this case, I would go for Meteor Hammer into dagger because
Yeah,
you're able to um because you lack tower damage and you're able to scale. Yeah, you're super strong compared to them in the lane.
mm. Yeah, I think Meteor Hammer is a really fun item also because you like because I believe you this game the axe got a potential to destroy the Bloodseeker completely, so he can just
Yeah,
casually cut the creep wave into casually Meteor Hammer the tower, and then they can't do anything about it unless they send like 4 men or 5 men to smack his ass. Okay, so here's what I think that the Radiant should do is that they should never ever stop the tempo of the axe. Axe has blink dagger, so the Radiant should always want to make use of it. So here, uh, so
uh,
yeah,
I
so
can think of it this way: like when you have like a dagger, like this, like you have a timing at bonus time. It lasts like 4 to 5 minutes. That's when you want to use it because after that 5 minute mark, if you then the dagger will wear down the bonus because enemies are they have already have their item.
yeah, they're
So
building item to counter the blink dagger.
so you don't want to like waste time when you get dagger. You want to keep on having enough team fights. Then after that, maybe like 5 or 6 minute mark, then you start getting another farming another item. Then you can go. Then that's your next bonus timing effect. Something like a buff.
Yeah, so in this case, since we talk about Axe needing to use his Blink Dagger, so it mean as a whole, it means that the Radiant wants to go aggressive. So if the Radiant wants to go aggressive, since the I believe the mid tower is super hard to defend because they got Bloodseeker to constantly kill the creep wave, so blah blah blah, this and that. So it doesn't matter. So if you want to control the game and go aggressive as Radiant right now, all you have to do is just smoke into this area, because this area is super accessible because you already destroyed the tier 1 tower. So this is just another general information is that if your tier 1 tower is destroyed, it means that you have access into the jungle over here. So it's like a free pass. So in this case, you destroyed the tower. So it means that you're free pass into the dire jungle. But it's like you got free citizenship, but you don't want to go to that country. Like for some reason you just like want to stay back in your own country over here. So like another thing similar to the top tower in the safe lane tower is the mid tower. So what the mid tower offers is that if you destroy the mid tower, it gives you access to the triangle, which, like I mentioned before, it can become
Radiant's top
like
tower
it's
is
actually
under
one of the
attack.
plays that gives you a lot of big plays, like for example bounty rune, like stopping the enemy from farming, or gives a lot of information. It opens up to a lot of opportunity. So over here, like we see that the mid is gone, so it means that the Radiant has a potential to play up there as well. But in this case, like I think that the Radiant want to be using the Blink Dagger, so they should be playing over here most of the time. Instead, they're like if I use another word, they're being scared of being a pussy over here and not wanting to use the Blink Dagger.
For the twins.
This is a weird fight, I think.
As usual.
Yeah, like yeah, like I mentioned again, their tower defense at mid is really super strong. So so one thing to counter that is that just pick them off. Pick one off into tower. So if you want to pick one off, it's very simple. Just smoke up here, plant a ward, get any support queue, and then transition to tower. You would not like your hero is you can see that you have a Bara and an axe with Blink Dagger. Your hero is catch, so at least play like a catch. But in this fight, you're playing the game. You're like walking up into the tier one tower to challenge them. Like so, yeah. Bara walk up into them, and then like your team's reacting. So it's honestly very weird. You know, like if the axe is going to walk up to them to fight, he might as well just get a Vanguard or a Hood of Defiance instead of the Blink Dagger.
You get nothing. Good day, sir.
Right now I just want to stress that the axe is just not using the Blink Dagger fast enough, or like more often, and that
Dire's middle
and that
tower
this area
is
of the
under
map
attack. Has fallen.
should have been occupied by the Radiant more often. But so right now this guy is farming here, which is in most
Dire's
cases would
middle
be
tower
very easy to
is under
catch.
attack.
So they destroyed tier 1 tower, they're staging 2, they should have glyph also. Yeah, they popped the glyph over here
Dire's
because
middle
tier
tower
1. So
is
right now,
under
yeah,
attack.
okay, the Wind
Right
Ranger.
now, I would smoke
Radiant's
immediately,
bottom
and the
tower
hit would
is
stop
under attack.
because they
Scanning.
separated. If you have a smoke, else just move top.
Yeah, so Wind Ranger, good awareness. He knows where to play, but it's just unfortunate that they didn't plant a ward early on or smoke that early on to plant a ward. So you don't really want to be leaving the place without planting ward, you know? Like like I said, you're like right now it's like you conquer this place and then you conquer that land, but then you give it back. So you're giving it back by walking back to your own jungle to farm. So over here we can see that the Dire is making a very interesting play by going to Roche. Actually, that's actually big brain
Roshan
play
has
from them.
fallen to the Dire.
They realize their Roche potential, which is super good. But honestly, I think that the Roche would have I think that the Radiant would have more clues into the Dire going into Roche if they control this area more better. Planting ward
Roshan has
here,
fallen to the
maybe
Dire.
farming some creep. So if you plant wards over here, and then you will see that like as a Radiant, you will see that hey, the bottom non farming here, and then you also realize that hey, the jungle not farming here, then it means they smoke ah. Then if they smoke, then where they want to go? They either smoke over here or they go rush. So if you smoke
Roshan
bottom,
has fallen to
then
the Dire.
you're bottom back up ah. But if you go rush, then you scan it lah. So over here, yeah, the rating got scanned, but sadly, it's because of the lack of information that they. I would say this is good play from the Dire. They actually make use of their Slada and Shaman Roche potential. Very good play from them.
Double damage.
Dire's top tower is under
He
attack.
definitely doesn't do one thing that. This is a good fight. We saw Lundra top and Ben that is Sacred Man. Nice.
So here we saw that they used Glyph just now, and Catapult Wave is very big. You could even make use of the 20 seconds that Blissey could offer into going high ground because they do not have Glyph. But over here they are going for the Lone Druid. Okay, so here they're taking a triangle, which is good as well. Okay, so over here, like we mentioned before, when you're holding triangle, you want to be controlling the mid wave and the bottom wave. So over here, we see the Wind Ranger Yoink Kit, and then mid wave. Who do you think should be cutting the mid wave? I think in this case, the axe cut is also fine, lah.
I mean, cut it like behind.
No,
Cut it.
like no, like when you cut triangle, you don't want the mid wave to walk here for free. You want to be cutting it
Yeah,
over
yeah.
here. Yeah. So my question is like, which hero do you think, which hero in Radiant do you think should be cutting the crit wave?
Axe, for sure. Because what you do is that you got hunger the mid creep wave, bring it on
You
top
can drag it.
triangle.
Yeah, aggro.
Yeah,
Dire's bottom tower
so
is
you
under
want
attack.
definitely want to play
Yeah,
the
so
bot.
over here, Wind Ranger once he drew mid, but it doesn't matter since objective is more important. We've seen it before.
This
Radiant's
point I don't
structures
mind hit
Dire's
tower
bottom
because
tower
you have a
has
dragon.
fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under
Maybe the
attack.
dragon. Oh, dragon
Yeah,
scale.
dragon scale, and it doesn't. You're not catching heroes and
Oh, look good Anaya. Good catch into them. So this is one of the thing in Dota that we always see happening. So yeah, so I'll just explain it kind of like layman term. Is that when one team sees another team going for tier 2 tower, then another team will do the same. But the difference between this is that how fast you get the tower. So so in this case is
Dire's
that
bottom tower is under
the team
attack.
that destroys the tower faster has the bigger advantage because they can pre-TP to set up the gank. So this is what we saw happen. We saw what happened. You could say that it's because the shaman need to pop his ward.
Radiant
You could say
structures
it's
are
because that
fortified.
they got glyph. But in this case, the Dire shouldn't be pushing.
Dire's bottom tower
The
has
Dire
fallen.
shouldn't be at tier 2 anymore because the tower's gone and they use glyph. So they shouldn't force this anymore. So this is one of the Dire's biggest
Radiant's
mistake.
middle tower is under attack.
The Dire should be satisfied with just the glyph usage. But instead they want to force it into this. I mean they can force it, but they need good
Radiant's
positioning.
middle
Good
tower
positioning
has
is
fallen.
having a high ground ward over here. So if the Dire planted over here, then they would have saw the Winter Wyvern. So many many potential for this
I am in
play.
debt.
Uh, but
Dire's
it could have been
bottom tower is
amazing,
under
you know.
attack.
But in this case, the Radiant outplay them.
yep.
Moving on, the axe died. Okay, so uh, so we right now we see the axe is at the jungle hitting creeps, while four of his teammates is at the top. And then we can see that there's a next there's a next fighting opportunity. I mean objective coming up, and that is the outpost slash bounty rune. So in this case, right, I honestly think that Axe should be playing with his team because I think that the Wind Ranger in this case is a tempo controller because like be get you want to be getting
Dire's
objectives
top
with the
tower
CK
is under attack.
and the Wind Ranger. So unless you're the tempo controller, then your team has to wait for your next item. But in this case, the X BKB timing, I don't think it matters that much because I think the X. So right now, I think the X should be playing with his team.
Yeah.
So
See,
in this case, if the Dire planted any wards on the Radiant jungle, and if they somehow spotted the X, then they would actually try to take a team fight at top. Then the X
Dire's top tower
will have
has
to
fallen.
TP the outpost, but it would take like 5 seconds. Then it would have been back for the Radiant
Radiant's bottom tower is under
potentially.
attack.
So we see that the shaman is constantly using his
Radiant
wards
are
timing
scanning.
to pressure objectives, which is good.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think Wind Ranger has his BKB already, like we saw almost. I mean, is it me or like I haven't seen any smoke play with the axe in the game so far? Like most of the fight is just like the Bara charging in into Winter Wyvern ulti into Shackle.
yeah.
Am I right or am
So
I wrong?
I think only once for the Blink Dagger reveal. That's all.
Blink Dagger review? Blink Dagger review was at mid hitting crits, bro.
Second time then.
I mean, I don't remember them being smoked, ah. I mean, like it feels like
There's
there's
a
no big impact because like usually when you smoke a blink dagger axe, you usually want to jump or the core Q into you usually want to burst one guy down into an objective. So I think it's because I feel like they didn't get any objective. I mean, like they didn't smoke in to get any objective because I think that most of the fight started with Bara and Winter Wyvern making good plays then all the Axe have to do is just keep them there. So big props to Naya and Greco, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think that the Radiant should be playing in the triangle more often, or this is actually a good time to smoke into the triangle because bounty slash outpost is you should smoke for either one of them. You should smoke for either the top wave or the triangle. So over here, I think like everyone just casually be like, oh like I think the Bara be like, I take bottom room, and then like, hey, Winranger, you taking the top lane, is it? Then yeah, then the CK over here is like, oh, I'm heading to triangle. So like honestly over here I think because of this I think you guys are going for the 50-50 play. But in this case I think you guys are super strong. So I think you guys should be just rushing at that face right now. Or
Every coin
you
helps.
got like the way you guys should play is that hey this it should be like hey this dire guys want to secure the outpost. Let's go like let's go fuck them up. I got a blink dagger, like you know, run them down. I got BKB. I got fresh BKB on the Wind Ranger. Let's fight. They should be doing something like that lah. So for this 30-minute mark, I think that if you guys smoke, that could be a lot of huge plays and easy call kills to be made. Yeah. So over here, I think the problem over here is that not enough heroes in the triangle. I think the CK wasn't CK should cause right now I think that the CK farm should yeah CK should be farming somewhere near to his team because like he's not anti-mage, he's not gonna he's not gonna split push or anything. So CK is meant for team fight, so he should be farming like this part of the map. He should be farming with his team. So in any case where a fight break out, if a fight break out over here like 1 minute ago, then the Raiden
Every
is kind of
coin
fucked
helps.
because the CK is at the top lane doing something else. So mistake from the Dire if they planted a ward at the triangle early on. Audio issue, blah blah blah. Okay, going back into the game. They want to take Outpost, but Outpost doesn't offer much right now. This is fresh off cooldown. I guess right now they're waiting for next Roche. That's the only objective. I think this game Halberd might be good for the axe also for the bear because I did a
Yep.
lot of right
Radiant's
clicking.
bottom tower is under attack.
BKB, like I think use might be okay because I'm not sure how
Radiant
good the BKB
structures are
is.
fortified.
Use Lotus
Dire are
armor
scanning.
basically. Something that
Radiant's
stop
bottom
yeah.
tower
Their
is
main
falling.
damage dealer is a Ludrid. Yeah. This I do very good.
Maybe more people sending Corey to the Roshan. Okay, they're making a play. Okay, is it because they see them spread out? What happened? Oh, we see the task at top. We see the task at top. Can't see the Bloodseeker, but they saw the Slardar. So this oh here they be like task top. One kill, one kill. Into Roche.
Yes.
Nice. Oh my god, the axe took half HP from that. What the hell happened? Did it? Did the Winter Wyvern not use his E? What happened over there? What the hell? Naya, hello? You should be using your cool embrace for the tankies, for the one tanking the Roshan. So sad. He's busy buying item over here. Oh my god. That should not be happening. So just like that, Axe lost half HP for some reason. Okay. Good play by the Shaman because Shaman got good solo kill potential. What happened here?
I guess I don't think Y was the one should be defend bottom. I guess like CK is the one should be defend bottom.
Who?
CK like after you get a rush, you TP bottom. popular side. It's modern ranks.
Yeah, yeah, true. But it depends also because like if you send your most important hero, then your whole team has to connect
Yeah, yeah,
into your
yeah.
core.
Yeah, so like you hit the bottom, the rest like smoke as small, hit
Yeah,
his bottom.
yeah. So over here for Naya, like honestly, you can't really blame blame him because over here the shaman did a good play by having a solo kill potential with his wards, but Naya as a winter wyvern, I think he should respect that and just on like if I was a winter wyvern, I would just stand behind and just shoot my shots, like stand here, shoot shots, wait for the creeps to die, then get some EXP, wait, then shoot again, then connect with your team. But so over here, you can see the main reason he died is because he tried to right click the creeps.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
moving back to the axe.
don't
End
blame
of story.
Para for not charging. And
Cold wind.
yeah.
Okay, so over here it's very obvious that this fight happened because the Dire sees that CK bottom, the Wind Ranger alone right now, let's go. Then they start ping, 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 ping. Pretty much like that. So good awareness from the Dire as well. Then, yeah, just kind of sad lah.
A hero dies.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, another smoke play. We see them on the wards. Okay, big play, big play. Oh, charging. You got BKB. Oh, good chain stun, good chain stun. Into ulti into burst. Oh, okay, okay, okay. That is good, that is good. Big ulti, big team fight. Luckily, there's an axe in the game. Whew. Big play, big play.
Didn't use rock.
One good thing about Axe is that he can call while Winter Curse, so they're basically stuck there for a few seconds. No Slada and Berserker for another 40 seconds. You wanna whack the tower. You don't want to overextend. You don't want to throw the lead. You wanna whack more towers. You wanna go next.
Has fallen.
Yeah, you wanna the same GG easy go next. Okay. So over here you guys force out two big objectives. One is the Slada buyback, while the other is the glyph. So with this, it means that if you kill the Slada, so right now Slada can be your objective next time. If you wanna jump someone first, then you can always shoot the Slada because if you kill him, then he'll be down for like at least like 2 minutes. Then if you guys win a team fight, then they don't have live. Okay, so over here, next objective is Power Rune. There should always be a ward for Power Rune over here because it's very important. What the hell? Am I seeing deja vu over here? What the fuck's happening? Okay.
Are scattered.
Never hit a creeps as a support.
Okay,
You're the-
okay. I'm not gonna talk about that. Okay,
yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about that.
Mid game, late game,
I'm just gonna cut
get
deja vu.
yourself disarmed.
Radiant structures
Okay, big play for this is where the die overextend. The Reyna has glyph. The Reyna has glyph. Like the shaman really shouldn't have forced that. All you have to do is just honestly just trade the racks, pop up his ulti, and just catch anyone out of position. But in this case, the shaman went and be out of position himself. So and then they throw away their no buyback Slada. Good play from the Dire. Just like that, he's down for 2 minutes. And then all,
Radiant's bottom tower is
so
under attack.
so over here over here to sum it up, the Dire did a bad play. It's not because the Radiant is good, but it's because the Dire is bad. Yep. Like we saw earlier.
Top tower is
Next objective is. Wait, did it get the output just now?
Nope. Didn't touch it.
Oh, they went to Triangle. So over here, you guys prioritize Bounty Rune instead of Triangle. Like honestly, I prefer the XP for all the team instead of money. So this depends on the team lah. But if I was them, I would prefer the
Radiant's
outpost.
bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Moving on.
Dire's top
Like we
tower
saw earlier, they do not have Glyph, and now the like what can I do is kind of poke it a bit because you don't have full committed because you don't have AD, so you want to have control of the Roche pit. You want to be a Roche pit champions over here, and you want to be controlling the wave, putting pressure, showing that make sure that they all show in lane, which is okay. So yeah, so you can do this until they
Radiant's
all
bottom tower is under attack.
show in lane. So over here we can see that the shaman he popped his ulti at bottom already, but the laundry for some reason he why was the laundry outside?
I don't know.
Radiant's bottom tower is
What
under attack.
what?
Gem micro.
Okay. Okay, this side the laundry is being a micro god, big play, and then the no buyback slider is
Radiant's bottom tower has
wanting
fallen.
to YOLO for his boy, but then he popped with KB with the Wyvern ulti by Naya, and now is like all they really have to do is just run them down, blah blah blah. Yeah. So all in all, the Dire Shrew
Dire's
super
middle
hard.
tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is
Yep.
under attack.
All the die had to do, they just AFK on the high ground.
Yeah.
Wow, the
Like
shot doing the
yeah,
job.
to be honest, for the Radiant, it actually looked like a hard game until the heroes start throwing for them for you guys.
Dire's
So
middle tower has fallen.
uh,
Radiant victory.
okay, so I guess with this that concludes the replay. So I think that you guys should yeah like as for the axe, you guys can as an axe, I think my tip is to make sure that that you realize what kind of laning stage it is. Like you should always know that whether your lane is stronger than them or their lane is stronger than you. So with that, you have to know what type of playstyle you need to be playing at. So this game, honestly, the diet is through the game for you. So any any comments for Tears of Hope?
I have one comment. Like anytime you try to do it, I know it's a don't be autopilot. I try when you're trying to like go for the big camp while your four of your teammates are farming it, going for the tower at top. You have to think what's the consequences of me farming there. I might die, or they might take a fight 5v4 there if they have a ward on the bottom high ground. Same thing as when you have a dagger. Like try to think what happens if I shoot myself with dagger and then try to push mid, kill a mid, create wave. Then they're gonna be cautious or you can push a mid wave after you get dagger, but what I would do is I put a dagger on the ground or put a dagger on the courier and then push out peekaboo outside, kill the creep wave, one more creep wave, and then go back and then send the courier at the dagger. That's a better play for you. That they won't know that you have a dagger. That's all my comment.
All right. So with that, that concludes our session for our boy Welshie. Because like nowadays we see a lot of Welshie gameplay, and like I think Axe is kind of like it's like kind of like his hero because like I always like every time I go to this guy, I always hear him shouting or so. So Axe is like the perfect hero for him. So GG's until the next video.
GG. So